It's time to break down the biggest stories of the day. This is the top 3 stories of the day on KSLSports.com. On 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jacob Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Nominate the U Sports volunteer you know for the Hercules Hero of the Week. Submit your nomination at KSLSports.com/contest and listen every Thursday to JJ and Alex for the winner. Help us celebrate the efforts of those volunteers making an impact with the Hercules Hero of the Week. Sponsored by Hercules First Federal Credit Union and Beehive Meals. Christian is playing this for me. I'm wearing my Guns N' Roses t-shirt today. This may be too niche for What You Got Wednesday, but I don't think we've ever done debut albums, have we?
Okay.
Because Appetite for Destruction would be a high pick in the debut album category.
Took the world by storm.
But
Spoiler
then again,
alert.
there are a lot of like one-hit wonders too that never had like a second album. That would be hard to figure that out. Or not one-hit wonders, but like bands that had an album.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of an example. If Matchbox 20 ever had a second album, I don't think anybody ever knew about it.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But Appetite for Destruction, amazing, start to finish.
I had a good idea yesterday too, teasing what you got, or teasing one of the stories we have in top 3 stories. Things you shouldn't be able to do after the age of 80.
Sounds like a good way to get in trouble. Sounds like a good way to get this show canceled.
No, like Herbert Walker Bush was skydiving in his 90s, right?
That's cool. That's things you should be doing. Going to Burning Man. We talked about that.
By the way, Christian...
Burning Man should just be for old people. That's my take. Burning Man should just be, it's an old person thing now.
Christian, Guns N' Roses was a band that was famous, really had their peak in the mid-'80s, but did have some good stuff in the early 90s.
It's a good backstory about that album coming out, right? Like
Is
people
there?
didn't want to make it. Ended up with a second company and obviously blew up and changed the world. So.
Top 3 stories of the day, KSLSports.com, sponsored by J. Brooks Jewelers. Cherish your love with J. Brooks Jewelers. Explore their expertly crafted engagement rings made from the finest materials. J. Brooks Jewelers. All right, Christian, where do you want to start today?
Number 1, it's week 1. We got a lot of football on this weekend. How the heck are we going to watch BYU, Utah, and Utah State?
Ben, I was thinking about this with and we cover this more closely, I think, than other shows, or at least I complain about it more than I hear complained about elsewhere. But how crazy the media landscape is and how sophisticated your setup has to be to watch all the games. We thought maybe it'd be helpful if we kind of run through it on Fridays and make sure people know how to watch or where it's going to be, or, I mean, if they have to pirate it from their neighbor or whatever the case may be.
And this is the example of why it's difficult, because you need to have... The nice thing is if you want to watch Utah, UCLA, it's late, 9 p.m., not ideal, but you only have to have your rabbit ears. You can watch it on over-the-air broadcast television on Fox. 9 o'clock, Fox, easy to find. BYU, Portland State, you have to have ESPN+.
Plus, I do like complaining about the start times for television. And the fact that they've made the Pacific time zone start a game at 8 o'clock is wild.
Yeah.
Wild. We're getting a 9 o'clock start here, Ben. I never thought I would see the day.
Again, it's truly 11 o'clock on the East Coast. Nobody's watching this game.
Nope.
Nobody outside of West Coasters. And the real sickos, and those sickos are not going to pay attention to what's
But
actually
they are
happening.
on Big Fox, which is a big deal.
It is.
I don't know how many network games Utah is going to get, over-the-air network games Utah is going to get this year. Historically, they get very few.
Yeah.
So they are on Big Fox, so that is a plus. Speaking of plus, BYU's on the Mouse Plus, not to be confused with Disney Plus. Oh, boy. It's really my name for ESPN Plus, which is really where they're going to be. Kickoff at 6 o'clock.
But the best way to have it now is probably through the Disney streaming, Disney, Hulu, ESPN combo.
Or the
watch
ESPN
the
Fox thing that just launched.
It's not out yet. Doesn't come out till October.
Oh, it doesn't?
It doesn't. But you can get the ESPN, Hulu, Disney thing for $30 a month with ads. I think it's $40 without. I think that's what ESPN tried to do. I know they were launching it with Fox. I know that was like something they were trying to pitch. I think they're trying to get everyone to buy the ESPN aspect of it first because they don't have to cut Fox in earlier than the Fox app can launch.
Can I ask you this? When you signed up, was there a place on the registration or whatever for comments?
No, it's just a bloodletting.
Because I would really love to write in there like, I hate you.
Yeah, this is making me sick.
I hate you so much.
I did.
And you know what they would respond with?
Thanks for your $40.
You're paying for it
Yeah,
anyway.
thanks for your $40 every month. So there you go.
You're going to buy it anyway, so have a nice day. Or have a blessed day, as my friend Lloyd Cole would say.
So that game kicks off at 6 o'clock again on ESPN+. Utah State, to watch them, you have to have CBS Sports Network. That's at 5:30. So 3 different stations to find the three games.
Which is equally as irritating, because how deep in the subscription package of DirecTV or Dish Network or whatever do you have to get CBS Sports Network?
Right. It's not tier 1.
It's on like the 4th upgrade.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I mean, Utah's first 3 games, not to confuse everyone, again, Utah's on Fox, BYU's on ESPN+, Utah State's on CBS Sports Network. Utah's first 3 games are going Fox, ESPN+, CBS Sports Network as well. So to watch Utah, you have to have 3 different levels.
And again, if we didn't mention it, the Aggie game kicks off at 5:30. Pre-game coverage here on the station begins at 5, and then, of course, or 4:30, excuse me. And then, of course, catch Scotty G. And is Kevin White's back this year? I like Kevin. Catch them game kicking off at 5:30.
Tonight, Big 12 interest, Fox is carrying Auburn-Baylor at 6 p.m. That's where that Fox tie-in's really nice, because it's all over the air. Now, there will be games that are on Fox Sports, but a lot of these games, there are 3 Big 12 weekends on Big Fox this week 1.
Oh, my gosh. The best thing that Yormark has done, honestly, and I believe it was Yormark, this was post-Bowlesby, the best thing that he has done as commissioner, I would argue, was keep Fox and the Mouse
in the room together.
in the room together, invested in your property. That was a real savvy move. Because now they're both operating in your best interest, as well. They're both invested, as opposed to there's that big showdown between the Big Ten and the SEC. So that was really savvy. But yeah, Utah going to be on Big Fox, BYU ESPN+, and Utah State CBS Sports Network. What's next?
Number 2, giant NFL trade right before the season starts yesterday. The Cowboys send Micah Parsons to the Packers.
2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark going back to Dallas. I like Kenny Clark. He's a very good player. He's not Micah Parsons, who, when he's healthy and playing, is 15th best player in the NFL. You know, he's a top 20 player. He's one of the best defensive players on the planet. He's not as valuable as a quarterback, but he's pretty darn close.
Yeah, I mean, 2 first-rounders, they're not going to be very good first-rounders.
Probably not.
If it works out for Green Bay. And they did add a defensive tackle. And Jerry Jones, usually, if he's faced with 2 options, like do the right thing and do the wrong thing, he typically does the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But I was trying to have an open mind about this trade a little bit. And I think if you were to steel man the argument that this was a bad move for the Cowboys, I think I would say, if I am an NFL general manager, that is not the position that I pick to pay that kind of money. Like, that kind of dough is... Yeah, I mean, it's not quite quarterback money, but that kind of money is like you're in the NFL world where you've got a hard cap basically, and you can only afford to spend so many dollars, and you're spending a lot already on Jordan Love, so that's taking a healthy bite out of it. And Green Bay's in a unique position where the answer to this may be yes, because they basically started over after Aaron Rodgers left, so they've got a lot of young, underpaid dudes. So it may actually work. But can you pay a linebacker, specifically like a specialist linebacker, that portion of your salary cap? I don't know if that's a real smart move.
The counter is, and you've said this a lot, how did the Giants beat the Patriots? If you just have a dominant pass rush and a dominant defensive line, it really doesn't matter how good the other offense is. The opposing offense is. And that's what you hope you build when you have a guy like Micah Parsons, who's 26 years old. This is not Khalil Mack late in his career jumping from the Bears to the Chargers or whatever. Like, this is a dude who probably is not yet in his prime. He's made he's been a 4-time All-Pro, right? Not just
Something
Pro
like
Bowl. He's just stupid good when he's on the field. He just produces at an elite level. And you kill to get these types of players.
Yeah,
and it's why the second we kind of heard that the Cowboys were actually listening to trades, that This is not a low cost. 2 firsts is a lot. Kenny Clark's a starting D tackle. He's a good player.
Yeah.
But you just can't replace these guys. These guys are so hard to get.
I just don't know if Parsons is actually that valuable. That's what I'm saying. And maybe I'm wrong about this, but what immediately pops to my mind is Kevin Green. Do you remember him? He was an outside linebacker for the Steelers back in the 90s. I think he was a wrestler for a minute. But he was just a sack machine. I mean, led the league in sacks multiple years, sack machine. He was the 4th best player on that defense, the 4th or 5th most important player on that defense. And even though he got all the glam stats, everybody knew that Greg Lloyd and Rod Woodson were way more important to that awesome defense than Kevin Green. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you take a specialist pass rusher and not a defensive end like Michael Strahan that could really do some other things for you?
I think there is more to Micah Parsons' game than, say, Kyle Van Noy, who now at this point in his career, which is incredible, he's 12 years in the league or whatever, has turned into a specialist pass rusher and is going to get double.
And maybe I'm not giving him enough credit. But if that's what he is, that's not a valuable enough position, in my opinion, to give that kind of dough.
And I just think he's better than that. I think he's more in that TJ Watt,
we'll see.
Obvious Aiden Hutchinson group of players.
I don't know.
That are true game breakers.
Green Bay thinks so.
Yeah.
So.
I'm happy for Green Bay. I don't love the Cowboys particularly, and I like Jordan Love
and again,
in Green Bay, so I think this is cool.
Jerry Jones probably picked wrong decision. What's next?
Number 3, Boise State lost last night 34-7 to USF. Do they suck?
They did score the first 7 points of the game, and then they were blanked the rest of the game. Looked pretty rough. Other breaking news this morning. Sorry to pivot off of Boise State. House Haney, who's the starting quarterback for Oklahoma State, already broke his foot.
Well, that's probably not a good sign.
They are back to a true freshman now. I believe it's a true freshman, but it's a freshman nonetheless.
Man, the mullet's going to be grumpy about that.
Yeah, it's tough. That's exactly a reminder of how difficult and painful sports are, in college football especially. If you lose your quarterback, you're in trouble. And this is not a year they could afford to do it.
They did still win, though.
They did, because they were playing...
Well, UT Martin.
UT Martin. But the backup quarterback did not particularly light the world on fire. Most of their production was done on the ground. Not that he needs to be on fire with the air. Zane Flores.
Do you want to guess what the nickname of UT Martin is? Take a stab at it.
The Martinettes. The Martians.
Who Martians would have been pretty
There's
good.
not enough alien names in sports.
The Skyhawks.
It's terrible. I'm still of the opinion, and I think Utah Mammoth works. I like it quite a bit as having double meaning. I think the Saucers would have been cool. I think a spaceship-led name would be revolutionary.
All right, stay tuned. We'll have more coming up next. Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.